Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's September 21, 2024. I can't believe how quickly the month has gone by. Oh, it's so much fun when it flies when you're having so much fun, right? But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. My eyes are still being targeted by these criminals. Oh, I just wanted to tell you, and this happened a while ago, and I just failed to mention it. And this is how petty and disgusting these people are. So you see these cards that I have here, these lined index cards. Well, I bought them in a package, and they come in 4 different colors. This light blue, green, like a light green, pale yellow, and a beautiful pink. They stole all the pink, all of them, and then they stole on one of these. Let's see if I could find it here. I have little markers, little tabbies to mark the items, and like these, so that I can mark my books and stuff. Well, on one of these, they stole all the pinks. So they have this thing about pink. Now, do you think that a man would do that, or a female? Just asking. So now today, I was supposed to have my grass cut, and the weather forecast said all day long, sunny, 82, 83 degrees, no rain in the forecast. Minutes before my landscaper shows up, like right before 2 o'clock, I look at my phone, and suddenly, we have a 90% chance of rain. And it only rained when they pulled their lawnmowers off of their truck and started to mow. And then they had to stop because it was too wet. Well, guess what? Right now it's sunny outside. It stopped raining. It only rained for a short while, but long enough that the grass could not be cut. So anyway, I hope you enjoy these adorable little paintings. This is by Sawlight42 on eBay. And I buy a lot of her stuff. And she actually created a whole bunch of these for me for Freya's Cat Rescue. Freya's Cat Rescue is my 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue that I started in New Jersey back in 2013, although I was caring for the feral cat colony for years before that. But I love it. It's so adorable. And a thank you to the individual who recently donated. I just received a message from Chewy like at 3:46 a.m. that my donation is on the way. And so this individual not only bought us some cat things, cat dog things. I buy like dog beds, and because they're bigger than a cat bed, and then more than one cat could sit there. But also ordered us a really nice infrared panel for my chicken coop. And I do have one already, but I have 2 chicken coops. And in order to heat up these birds in the wintertime, I need to run extension cords and these heating units. So thank you so much. And they're great also for baby chicks. Like if for some accidental reason we get some chicks, this is really good for them. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But anyway, I want to get on to the topic of the day. I'm on Quora, and just for those who don't know, I have a Quora page. Okay, so I started a Quora page, and it is called, let me see, because I always forget, it is Learning and Research for Targeted Individuals. So basically what I post there are my videos from this channel. So it's Learning and Research for Targeted Individuals on Quora. So now I receive alerts because I have highlighted and have joined some groups, and one of the groups that I joined was Karen Stewart's page. And of course, she hasn't posted in a year. For anybody who doesn't know who Karen Stewart is, if you're a newcomer to the community or newly targeted, or maybe you're not a targeted person at all, she's a retired former intelligence analyst at the NSA, National Security Agency, from 1982 to 2010. And she became targeted there after becoming, I guess, she says it like was an accidental whistleblower, So she subsequently has had multiple interviews and has written some highly valuable flyers. And she's got a way with words, let me tell you. And she knows her stuff. She's a very intelligent woman. So I'm going to read one to you. And one is entitled, Your Vigilante Neighbors. In Nazi Germany, Hitler got rid of law enforcement in favor of his civilian Nazi zealot, emotionally mature, irrational, vigilante civilians called, quote-unquote, the brown shirts. They were not law enforcement. They were just the basest of thugs and degenerates. Hitler wanted no voices of reason to question his dictatorship without fierce retaliation and vicious terrorist attacks against them. Under Obama, provisions were secretly made for similar civilian vigilantes, also known as domestic terrorists, called Infragard, quote-unquote, and other. I just got a little battery alert. Let me just plug this in here. Domestic terrorists called Infragard and other hyper-fascist groups. So yes, Infragard, for anybody who doesn't know about Infragard, there are hundreds of Infragard setups across the United States. And Infragard is the right arm of my favorite Bureau of Instigation, the FBI. Yes, and if you do a search online, you go online and type in Infragard at the 501c3 nonprofit IRS website. Ironically, this is just so amazing. Every Infragard has reported $50,000. Not $49,000, not $51,000, $50,000 of earnings or donations, because as a nonprofit, it's not really earnings, right? It's donations. And these Infragard groups, just like the Freemason groups, and you can be Infragard and Freemason at the same time. If you're a Freemason, you could be part of Infragard. If you're part of Infragard, you could be a Freemason. So they have membership dues, so they have to pay. So imagine how much money is raked in as a member of these groups, but it ironically always seems to cap at $50,000. I find that highly suspicious. And you should too. So anyway, under Obama, provisions were secretly made for similar civilian vigilantes, domestic terrorists called Infragard, and other hyper-fascist groups who comprise and she underscores this, secret, illegal, standing army. I'm going to repeat that. It's a secret, illegal, standing army mixed among the population. But supposedly, they're given carte blanche to break any and all laws, to include unaliving. The M word that ends, MURDR. These quote-unquote Infragard are under the auspices of the corrupt Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and thoroughly discredited FBI and the rogue money pit private for-profit fusion centers in every state. And they're called, quote-unquote, patriots, rather than what they really are, which is a reincarnation of the old Russian Revolution Bolshevik, quote-unquote, useful idiots who stupidly betrayed their country and children's futures to a ghastly and horrifying tyranny for almost a century. Under Obama, law enforcement was not overtly done away with, but rather neutered and kept for show, completely controlled by the deep state DHS, Department of Homeland Security, and the powers intent on slyly taking down the USA in favor of a New World Order dictatorship. Law enforcement was first and foremost redesigned to cover up for DHS thugs and their fraudulent, quote-unquote, targeted individual program by denying it exists or persecuting its victims for money. Right? That's like sort of like human trafficking. Fusion centers are not only tasked with fabricating criminal accusations against innocent victims, but also with recruiting feeble-minded, immoral, and often criminal civilian, quote-unquote, useful idiots. They then carry out mass indoctrination to fool them into thinking that undermining our Constitution, extrajudiciously targeting innocent people as scapegoats, used as a false reason for bilking the Treasury to grow the unneeded police state, and committing non-stop, heinous crimes against selected innocent targets for the seditious deep state. They think it's somehow patriotic and acceptable, as long as they're paid under the table with embezzled tax money and promised immunity for their treason from federal and local dirty cops. America is in the process of being sold out. Awake yet? Thank you, Karen. This was written by the brilliant Karen M. Stewart, former intelligence analyst. She's retired from the National Security Agency, the NSA. She was employed there from 1982 to 2010. And it is entitled, it's an article that she wrote, which also her articles are usually in the form of a flyer so that you can distribute them. Your vigilante neighbors. I hope you found this useful. Hope you found it educational. And again, it's for educational purposes only. I'm merely reading an article written by Karen Stewart. But I look forward to your questions and comments down below. And again, thank you for donating to our 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue, Freya's Cat Rescue. I so appreciate it. And anybody that wants to donate even $1, it helps us pay for our pet food and the vandalism. So I so appreciate that this guy bought some bedding for the cats, because these criminals have totally destroyed like 80% of their bedding is all torn up from these criminals, including their cat trees and everything. But anyway, this is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow and get the message out there. Feel free to share. Signing off for now.